BC Culture Days offers art lovers an all access pass to their month long event this year. So it's a mix of in person, live streamed, or digitally downloaded shows. And the theme is unexpected intersections. And considering the pandemic year that we're having, the theme certainly makes a lot of sense. Well, printmaker Edward Fu-Chen Juan is one of the cultural ambassadors this year. Edward, hi, welcome.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well here. How have things been going for you? I mean, what has been the impact of COVID-19 on your life?
Uh, it's been pretty good. I feel pretty privileged and fortunate to live in Vancouver and also in my home. And so it has affected me in some way, but also has not affected me in the other way. Trying to see in the positive and negative situations.
Okay, yeah, and there are definitely both sides to this for sure. Now, you are a multidisciplinary artist, animation for television, video games, textiles, now printmaking. If you were just to meet someone, how would you describe your artistic journey?
Oh, okay. Well, I been since art school, I was trained in the art form of animation, mostly traditional animation. So I was working in the United States down south and for major studios for a decade. And then when I moved to Canada, back to Canada, I'm Canadian citizen. So I decided to change career and go into textile design, which is what I was always been interested in. Through that experience, I slowly decided I wanted to do more personal uh, fine art practice. So printmaking is something I was studying as a minor when I was in the animation field in art school. So I kind of brought that back after more than a decade of commercial practice. So
Okay, but it's interesting just how all of these disciplines kind of intertwine. I mean, what about your current work? Describe where you found the colors that you used.
So my current practice is taking indigenous and endemic plants that are in the lower BC regions, and I extract the color from these plants and turn it into ink paste for specifically for printmaking on paper. Although I'm also experimenting it on textile, and I also use it for dyeing my paper making process, which is currently ongoing.
Okay, so are you always on the lookout for new materials? I mean, where do you look for them now? Where do you forage?
Um, I because of the pandemic, I want to really focus on where I live and the BC biodiversity. So I kind of expanded outside of the Metro Vancouver area, Lower Mainland area. So I recently has been foraging around Kamloops and Osoyoos area, which is the high desert regions of BC. So there are a lot of interesting plants out there that doesn't exist over here. So I've been experimenting that. In addition, I've also foraged around the west coast of Vancouver Island as well.
Oh, well, I mean, that's quite the contrast right there from the desert to the West Coast as well. And so what do you do to sort of highlight that contrast in your work?
Well, currently, I use like I said, I use the ink to make ink paste for my painting. So as you can see behind me, there are two pieces over there that are landscape of BC regions that I'm depicting. So I would print using the plant that I foraged in a specific region. I would take that and do a landscape art piece of um, reflecting of the plant where it's from. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does make sense for sure. You know, it was so interesting to see that your art right now is on a craft beer can. I mean, for some, that is the ultimate gallery. So how did all that come about?
Um, that was just approached by different, I guess, people who have been following me on social media, and they know that I'm a fine artist right now, but they also see the potential as being a commercial um, apply art for their products as well. So I'm always open to any projects as long as it's interesting. So when, say, a brewery that approached me in Southern California wanting me to design beer can for them, I was game. I mean, aside from the fact I do like beer, but I also find it challenging, as a designer and a fine artist. So I guess I have both side of that aspect to tackle different challenges.
Sure,
Yeah.
and you got to seize opportunities when they present themselves too. We understand that. Now, why would you say it's important for you to be connected, I guess, with the natural world?
Well, I did grow up with both of my parents are such outdoor loving people. My father, especially, he's a huge backpacker and camper. My parents are also was in the organic agricultural industry in Taiwan. So they're retired now, but I grew up kind of in that environment. Just the importance of conservation, of working with the farmers and environmentalists. So because of that reason, I kind of it's always been in me, and I grew up hiking, camping, surfing. So I always want to integrate that into my work. I just felt like it was the obvious choice.
Edward, we wish you well. We'll be watching for you through Culture Days. All the best. Thank you.